Hey everybody, and welcome to the Dancing with the Stars pre-party. We cannot believe it has gotten to this point.
It just seems like yesterday that we were sitting down doing our first one.
Doing the first
Louis.
one.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that was a fun one. First one was a fun one.
In case you're watching for the first time, I'm Stuart Brazell.
I'm Elena Grinenko.
And I'm Hillis.
And you're watching Dance Junkies TV, so be sure to tweet us at DanceJunkiesTV. And you're on our YouTube, so subscribe, like us. We like to feel the love, right guys?
Yes, please like us.
We love it.
Send
and now,
us questions and comments.
Yes, Elena's our ballroom expert, so if you want to really break down the technique, she is your girl. But let's get to the final four.
Yes, let's talk about our couples.
It was so good.
Last week.
Yeah.
I know.
What's amazing though is we'll have to go back in the archives and see. We called it that some of these couples that were in the finals are going to be in the finals. We knew that early on.
We knew what was going on.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to our first couple.
Yes. It's my boy, William Levy.
He's doing...
I love him.
He's doing really well.
Because he's such a good dancer. Like, I'm not just saying that I'm his fan because I think he's really hot. I think he's an excellent dancer, and I think he proved it.
It's not because he's hot, because he has a nice butt.
He has the hottest
We will
butt.
get to the butt. Right now we're going to talk about
Tango.
his tango. I got to tell you, I thought he's amazing. I'm a fan. I am a real fan.
What did you think of the tango?
You know what? I was actually, if we're going to recap the whole season, was not sure the first couple of weeks because everybody was just talking about his hotness, but he actually proved that the guy can dance.
Look at him giving some good face here.
But
he's muy macho.
He gives such masculine face.
Yes, he does. He does. He looks very good on a dance floor.
Here he is again.
But and he's always very focused on Cheryl. And they made an interesting point discussing Donald and William that, you know, if you're a guy, it's important if you look like you're leading your partner and the pro isn't leading you, and that's very hard to do, which is with Karina and Gavin. She was always leading him.
Yeah.
Both of those are strong leads,
Yeah.
You still back lead them because obviously 1 week to learn a dance, and even not 1 week, it's such a short, like 4 or 5 days. You can't teach them how to lead. I mean, there are certain things when you have to support your partner, maybe.
Yeah.
Because without it, the move cannot be done.
But you can act like you're being led.
Yeah.
So wait, I got a question. When you and I are dancing, are you back leading me? I thought it was all just
She's
me.
totally back
What's going on
leading you.
here? Back leading? What is that?
I love it. Talking about back ends, let's move on to the samba and these white pants. Holy bejeez.
Yes, that's when you can really see the butt.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like it's like a
for you.
cantaloupe.
This one is for you right there.
Yes,
look at that.
Oh, but
he
did that. I mean, the samba we learn, and of course you can attest to this. It has a very challenging rhythm.
Yeah,
and it's the hips are weird, but he was on it. He was on the money. I think he got a 10 from Lynn.
Yeah, because samba it's not just about your hips. It's actually also about bounce action. So your hips move. Your hip moves very, very different. That's why it's the most complicated dance, and it's also have a lot of shimmies. And you know, I think he did a fabulous job doing samba.
And he's in the final 3.
Yes, he is.
And how happy are you?
I'm so happy. I just, come on, for the finale, can we get some shirt all the way off? Not open, not start, just dance the whole time with your shirt off like Max, because it's much better than Max.
What about if he was on Argentine Dancing with the Stars?
Oh my God, that episode when they completely stripped.
We'll have to show it to you. We can't show it on this show.
Ooh.
Family show, but this one,
Oh, really? Okay.
Totally
I know what I'm doing after this.
Move on to our next
couple. Let's go to our next.
What's up with Catherine always being in a cage? I mean, they commented on it in the show, but I thought about it. Second time.
Because she's unleashing her sexy.
I thought that quick step was great. Yeah. I mean, it had high energy from the very, very beginning, and it never stopped.
She's great
go.
These dances in classical, but the Latin.
You know, I like her generally. Yes, so in Latin maybe it's a little too classy. Yeah, but she.
Look at her frame here. Look at how nice she holds that.
And her feet and legs are gorgeous.
All the small things. Her hands are great. The only thing I didn't love, Mark's choreography sometimes I feel like is a bit reachy. And whereas Derek's, it's spot on. And Mark's
Derek's is like an illusion all the time. Mark's is sometimes I feel like I'm watching musical theater jazz.
But I'm being nitpicky. I thought it was great. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I think she deserves to be in the final.
Well, the thing about choreography, if everybody would have the same style of work, it would be kind of boring to watch.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
I think, you know, the fact that they're all very, very different makes it more interesting. Like Mark always has weird choreography.
What it is, he's very, I love him
thing.
because he's very theatrical.
Yeah.
And when you watch his dances, usually you're watching an entire show in 3 minutes. And there's something to be said about that.
I really like his Argentine tango choreography this season.
That was so good.
That was the best one.
That was really, really good.
Let's talk about his salsa choreography.
Yeah, this was scary at the end, you know.
Yes. But to me, it was a little scary at the beginning. I wasn't a fan. It's salsa. The belly dance. I know the song was belly dance, but to me, it just distracted from it. I like this move right here. It just that wasn't my favorite.
Watching her do the Beyonce was painful, and I'm sorry everyone watching that loves Catherine, but I felt it was very awkward.
For me, this music was actually a little bit more on the samba side. So if they would have chose to dance samba to this music, I think it would have been better choice. It was not salsa-ish to begin with, and I think that's what makes it hard.
So, and then Elena, break down what happened with Mark.
I saw the interview with Mark. Tony was doing it on Extra, and he was not supposed to even end up with her. So he was jumping over her, and he was supposed to lift her and end up a few feet away from her. And while he was jumping over, or whatever was going on, because it was with such a speed, I don't remember, he said I either felt it or I heard her back cracked. So when he jumped, that's why it was so awkward, he jumped around her to pick her up.
Yeah.
And I think her reaction was just, you know, when you get scared.
She lost it. She really just broke down.
And also it's your back. Like if you have a pain you've never felt before, it is very startling, and you kind of, you're like, what's going on right now?
The level of competition is such that people, it's like Wipeout, you know, people getting killed all the time on Wipeout. It's like Sister Dance with Stars.
Yeah.
But to be honest, like, that was the first slip-up she's had all season. I can't think. I mean, she danced with a freaking dress on her foot. She was fine.
But because it ended her night in such a awkward way, I had my second guessing whether she was gonna. Well, I thought she was possibly gonna go home. And she didn't, but, you know, I was like, wow, that's a tough way to end the night.
Overall, she's still very much deserved to be in that final. I mean, she's consistently, I think, better dancer technically. So maybe theatrically not as much as, let's say, Maria, because she has this very great emotion versus technique, but she totally deserves to be in this final.
And Catherine is in the final 3, so congrats to Catherine and Mark. I'm sure you guys are very busy right now.
Our next finalist here.
Donald and Peta. I love them together. I really do.
It was beautiful. I love the music from Romeo and Juliet.
Oh my god, this song, I melt. I downloaded it. I got it on iTunes right after. I love that song.
Did you ever see that movie? It's with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, and they're looking at each other through the fish aquarium?
Yes. It's like one of my favorite movies by him. I don't know why, and I think it's just this music and the way they did the choreography to this music. I loved it. I thought it was such a touchy, beautiful.
They're a perfect match for each other. She's such a strong, powerful dancer, and he is an amazing, incredibly powerful.
They're Ebony and Ivory.
I mean, Len comment was also right about, you know, not keeping your head to the left. It's a hard, tough way to do that through the whole entire dance and not look at your partner, and
especially if you're learning choreography so quick, that's kind of a way to look at them, and then you're like, oh, I know what's coming next, but my head's the wrong way.
Well, let's talk about his what's the samba here?
Samba.
What'd you think? Who out of the 2 sambas, who did the samba? Who nailed it?
My boy Will.
Yeah, I think William had a hotter samba.
Yeah, he did. But it was also, you know, they did a very, like, Brazilian, like, that song was just hot. Like, they had an interesting song choice for this, and Lynn, you know, kind of pointed that out, but said you did a great job, but the song was daring.
You don't have a choice on the music.
Yeah, that's why it's funny.
When you get the music that you get, you gotta do whatever, because you can't go and do shimmy shimmy and go all crazy on whatever that song was, something boy. Mr.
Big Stuff.
Mr. Big Stuff.
Yeah.
Who do you think you are?
I thought that was kind of unfair to give him that song, to be honest.
It's a tough job, but he handled it well. Yeah, I think he's going into the finals in perfect situation. He's really peaking.
He lights up the ballroom.
Yes. I don't know. I think he's the winner in my book for this particular season. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna repeat that.
So Elena has called it. Now she's going double D all the way.
We have Maria and Derek.
And unfortunately, we had to say goodbye to them. But she went out. Girl went out with a bang.
Yeah, she did.
Yes, she did. It's. I think it's the best way to kind of lose in a sense. I mean, you don't go because you were last. and then people didn't vote for you, you go because you were first. Okay, unfortunately people didn't vote, but I'm sure that kind of makes you still feel better that, you know, you still did a good job. Unfortunately,
her dad's face when they cut to the parents, I was like, oh, I wanted to give him a hug.
But she handled it so gracefully. I mean, she was so gracious. She danced amazing her last night. Although Argentine tango, not an easy dance to do.
No, I want to learn that so bad.
Elena is,
I love it.
She danced Argentine tango. She learned from one of the best Argentine tango dancers in the world.
From Carlos Gavido, and he did a Forever Tango on the Broadway show. He was the oldest Broadway dancer. And for me, Argentine tango is very much about female legs. And,
the flick.
And I mentioned that a few times that as though I like her dancing and her emotionality, her feet are not her best asset.
And I think her legs in general.
So for me, that tango didn't really do it. So,
but it's just because the level of competition is so high. It was an amazing dance, but I agree. We are expecting something perfect.
Yeah, I'm expecting to be blown away now every time.
You're expecting William Levy shirtless every time. I mean, come on, let's be honest.
Obvi.
What are you going to be expecting after that?
Start your own hour-long show, 2-hour-long show. You'd have at least...
Just be shirtless.
Yes, you'd have at least one person watching.
Him and, you know, William and Tristan dancing together shirtless. What's wrong with that?
Tweet us your fantasies.
Yes,
so
that
let's
would be
move
nice.
On to Maria.
Her jive.
Yes, okay. Again, I love the choreography. I'm sorry that he's not going to be doing it again. This chorus is so great.
It's so innovative.
It was definitely a very unique choreography. Like Len called it, it was unusual, but he liked it. There was not that much of a jive action going on. It was a little more swingish.
I felt it was lacking some content.
But generally, it felt like that music, whether it was high or low, and he did a choreography when they were moving up and down with that music, that I found it still interesting. Because again, at the end of the day, if everybody comes out and they do exactly what it is they need to do, it might be boring. That's it. So you gotta be different. And I like the choreography. It was great.
Maria, it was wonderful watching you dance this season.
We're gonna miss your laugh.
Yes.
But we'll see you.
It kind of grew on me.
We'll see her for the finale, so technically we won't miss her at all because she's in the finale.
Well, let's talk for a minute about the finale and what are our thoughts? What do you think?
As you guys know, I think a guy is going to take this for sure. I think it's going to come down to Donald Driver and William Levy, and it's going to be determined on their performance. You know, William has had some mishaps where he forgets the choreography and he misses some steps, and he can't do that this week.
We have freestyle too, so that's awesome.
He's got to go Latin for the freestyle.
For me,
he's gonna just run across the floor and slide on his knees. That's what he did the last time he did
For me, finals always come down to that last freestyle choreography, because there's been a lot of great dancers that have been consistent during the whole entire season.
And Donald could really shine.
And then they make it to the final, and then the choreography was not quite like as impressive as somebody else, and boom, they win. So it happened many times.
I'm going to echo what you said. I think it's coming down to two men in the finals. Catherine is beautiful and great dancer, but this is just, I think it comes down to him. I'm gonna side with Donald. I think
you're gonna go Donald.
I think I had to pick the one I like to watch dance more. I would probably pick William. But if I'm going to pick who probably is going to win based on the public votes, I'll go with Donald.
I think Donald will have the best freestyle, and I think it'll be interesting to see what Catherine's freestyle is. What would she do?
Well, I have no idea. Mark
comes up with some really crazy freestyles.
Freestyles. His freestyles are always the best.
Well, we'll have to watch and see.
Yeah, we are definitely in for some fun. It's the final 3. Be sure to tweet us who you think is going to win at DanceJunkiesTV. We're excited to hear. So basically, we're each going with somewhat different, so we'll see who's right. That's exciting. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. And be sure to stay tuned. We're going to keep coming with videos at you every week because that's how we do things.
Will still be going. We'll still be doing Dance Junkies TV.
And we have a little preview. We've been working on a little something where Rib and I are going to have a little Dancing with the Stars of our own. And Elena is going to judge. So that's in the works. Tweet us if that's something that you guys would like to see.
Yeah. What dances you actually want them to do? That would be a good one.
Nothing too hard. I love it. I think we should go with the good cha-cha. All right, guys. Thanks for watching and enjoy the season finale of Dancing with the Stars.
Bye.
Bye.